Hi folks, Bob White here, running for governor in the state of Florida in the Republican primary, which is going to be taking place August the 28th of next year. You know, one of the issues in our campaign that we're stressing is education. It has the biggest impact of all of the programs on the state budget. But the problem that I have with the way we're dealing with education right now is that there's too much of an influence on trying to prepare every student for college. I believe that not every student is bound for college, and we've got to do whatever we can to make sure that those students that aren't going to college are going to be ready to succeed in life. I'm here with Chad Braid, one of the owners of Full House Machinery. Chad has a 50-person workforce back here, and we've just been talking about some of the issues relative to how he staffs his operation here. I'd just like Chad to take a few moments to just kind of share with us some of the issues that he faces, the employees that he has, and the job opportunities that are available, if there might be people that were trained to fill those jobs.
We've had a tough time with skilled labor, finding individuals that can come in, contribute right away. The younger workforce, the kids coming out of high school, have never been in a shop environment or have no mechanical abilities. We've been trying to hire people. We have great paying jobs for these kids if they can come in and contribute. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses don't have the time to put hours and hours and months and years to get these kids familiar with, machinists, welders, and such. So, yeah, it'd be a great help for us to have kids that could come in and contribute, because there aren't enough people. There's not enough skilled labor in Florida.
So your experience right here in Brevard County, where you're set up to do business, is that the local public school system isn't offering any kind of a certification program for the kind of jobs, the well-paying jobs that you're talking about, that you have available right here in your shop. It's just not happening.
No, and the kids are coming out and they're expected to go to college, and they almost feel like they're not able to contribute, or they're not doing what they're supposed to do because they're not going to college. And what they need to understand is there is a lot of work, a lot of well-paying jobs. You can live a good life, make a good, honest living, and not go to college, and not have the debt to worry about, and be 3 years behind or 4 years behind, where you could have had 4 more years experience and been paid for it, and be that much further along in a high-paying job.
And have no debt.
Exactly.
No college loans that you have to pay off for the rest of your life.
Exactly. And
let's face it, a lot of those jobs that the kids that go to college are getting, they're not going to be making any more money than some of your guys out here in your shop. A welder or somebody that's certified on some of the equipment that you have back there is going to make easily as much money as some of those kids coming right out of college, only without the debt.
If they can find a job coming out of college.
A
lot of them after college are having to be trained on these trades, and they're even that much further behind.
Another great point.
Some of these younger people that are getting into trades early are ahead of the kids that go to college, because frankly there aren't enough jobs for all the kids graduating from college.
Now tell me about, you were telling me about a program that the state does offer. It's a training program. I believe you said it was offered through the local community college, but the issue there was that the state wanted to dictate to you, the employer, how much you had to pay an employee of yours for them to be able to go through that program. Tell us about that frustration that you've experienced.
Yeah, we've joined with a group, and I love getting their kids, the people going through the certification program. However, they mandate what I have to pay that employee in order and they validate it with, the state will not fund their program unless the students are making a certain amount of money at a given time. And the first year, a lot of times they haven't learned the skills to contribute what is needed and what the pay rate they think. So it's very, very difficult on me to pay them, more than what their value is.
Right. So in a situation like that, then you just don't take advantage of the program.
Right.
Because it's disadvantageous for you as an employer, and so ultimately it takes you a little longer to train that employee up yourself, but you can do it.
Right.
But if the state would maybe relax their rules a little bit, or take a hard look at these kinds of requirements, we might have a better program that more manufacturers such as yourself could take advantage of.
And it's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
They're training a great skill machinist.
Right.
Just let the program work itself through, and these students, I should say, will be better off in the long run.
Right. Exactly.
They can't they can't be in the program if they don't have a job, but people don't want to hire them if they don't make a certain amount of money. So it doesn't really work out right.
Right, exactly. Well, that's the issue from an educational standpoint. The whole vocational education, certification for that segment of the student population that's not college bound. And we've got to get away from that whole prioritizing of college readiness for every student across the board. We've got to stop saying that every student that graduates with a high school diploma has to be college ready. Those that are going to college need to be college ready. Those that aren't bound for college need to be prepared to succeed in life. And there are great paying jobs here in Florida for kids that aren't going to college. We just need to make sure that those kids aren't forgotten and that those kids are taken care of and are trained and ready to go from the moment that they come out of high school for a good paying job like the ones that you're offering.
Yep, it would help, certainly help us.